The FBI has arrested a man accused of plotting to attack the United States Capitol building and the Pentagon with large remote-controlled airplanes packed with explosives. The feds report they arrested a 26-year-old United States citizen.
He was a student, a graduate of Northeastern University, a student of physics. His name, Rezwan Fardos.
A fan of al-Qaeda, committed to violent jihad since early last year.
Those who knew him remember Rezwan's musical skills. In his first couple of years at Northeastern, Rezwan was a member of a rock band called Goose Pimp Orchestra. But by 2007, Rezwan had quit the band and become more religious. Soon he became involved with Islamic extremism. Rezwan wasn't the first Northeastern alum to be indicted on terrorism charges.
Investigators in Massachusetts say they've nabbed a man named Tariq Mahanan at his home outside Boston this morning. They say the man spent 7 years working on terror plots, 7 years, with targets that include American soldiers and unnamed politicians in the executive branch. Prosecutors tell us he also, and his friends also, discussed spraying gunfire at random shoppers inside a mall.
Indicted together with Mahana was Ahmad Abu Samra, a Northeastern University graduate who is now a fugitive in Syria. According to the indictment, the two would take extreme pleasure in watching videos of al-Qaeda terrorists mutilating the bodies of American soldiers in Iraq. They considered themselves the media wing of al-Qaeda in Iraq. Muad Labishay, the president of the Islamic Society of Northeastern University at the time that Rezwan and Abu Samra studied there, claims that Islamic radicalism was non-existent when he attended the university between 2004 and 2009.
We're certainly not radicals. We're just Americans, college kids. We just want to be active. We just want to do something. If it is starting from the college campus, it's not coming from Northeastern. It's not coming from any of the Islamic societies I know. Nothing that I've seen personally. Maybe I just haven't been exposed, I don't know. But I haven't seen anything personally, especially not on Northeastern campus. To be honest, the most radical I got hasn't been from Muslims, it's been from Israeli professors.
The Islamic Society of Boston Cultural Center is a $16 million mosque near Northeastern campus. Northeastern graduate and terror suspect Ahmad Abu Samra was the son of its vice president. The mosque was founded by Abdul-Rahman Alamudi, an MIT graduate, who is currently serving 23 years in prison for his participation in an al-Qaeda terror plot. The Muslim American Society, which runs the mosque, has been identified by federal prosecutors as the overt arm of the Muslim Brotherhood. The Islamic Society of Boston has transferred thousands of dollars to the Islamic Society of Northeastern University. Northeastern University's Muslim chaplain is Abdullah Farouk, an imam who also preaches at the ISBCC mosque. The imam has been controversial.
Grab onto the gun and the sword. Don't be afraid to step out into this world and do your job.
In September of 2010, an MIT and Brandeis graduate, Afia Siddiqui, who worshipped under Imam Farouk, was sentenced to 86 years for attempted murder of FBI agents in Afghanistan. Before Siddiqui was even sentenced, Imam Farouk was already using her story to incite other Boston Muslims against the U.S. government.
I brought some papers tonight that I'm going to ask if I could give out regarding a woman who is presently suffering, this woman, Afia Sadiq. Some people are afraid to get involved with politics and things that are going on, but you know, after they're finished with Afia, they're going to come to your door. If they feel like it. You know, this Patriot Act permits them to come anywhere they want at any time.
Northeastern chaplain Abdullah Farouk and the Roxbury Mosque have been involved in a movement seeking to free Mahana and Siddiqui, and on April 3, 2011, Muslim students at Northeastern organized a seminar in defense of Tariq Mahana, who they claimed is suffering from FBI repression. The seminar was sponsored by the Northeastern administration through the student activity fee. The main speaker was a radical Washington, D.C. imam, Mari Salah Khan, who has advocated for the release of all Muslim terrorists from American jails.
Afia Siddiqui is a young Muslim woman who went to school in Boston, graduated from MIT and Brandeis. What happened to this Pakistani woman was totally unwarranted. It smacks of a crime against humanity committed by our government.
On September 24, 2011, Imam Farouk arranged for Mori Salakhan, the family of Tarek Mahana, as well as the families of 3 convicted terrorists from across the United States, to speak at the ISBCC Mosque in Roxbury. The event claimed to shed light on the conditions of families and communities suffering under the war on terror. But in public, Imam Farouk puts on a very different face. When confronted by Boston media about his explicit incitement against the American government, Farouk claimed innocence.
You're not talking about any uprising here in the Muslim community?
No, I'm talking
anything about terrorism?
Has nothing to do with terrorism at all. It has something to do with being an American citizen trying to preserve our way of life.
Despite his hateful rhetoric, Imam Farouk has been embraced by the governor of Massachusetts, Deval Patrick. To date, the administration at Northeastern has refused to remove Farouk from his position as Muslim chaplain, ensuring that he will continue to influence Muslim students at the university.